of this recording.
Okay pa, I will allow them. Checking the message here. Miss Cathy, 10 seconds countdown will start now. Get ready po. Good luck. Thank you.
Good luck, everybody. Good luck, winners and press and media. Take it away, Kathy. See you guys later.
Good evening from the Philippines and warm mabuhay. I am Catherine Untalan Vital, and I will be your host this evening for a very interesting chit chat with our newest queens of Miss Earth. So after so many years of having Miss Earth winners, now we have, as I would say, historical batch for being the first batch to be crowned virtually and whose whole pageant was implemented online via their respective countries. Good evening once again, everyone, and good morning and good afternoon to all of you who are tuned in from the different parts of the world. You know what? I'm still on cloud nine. I'm really very excited because after watching what happened earlier today, I'm really interested to ask our new winners how they feel about the whole journey of being part of Miss Earth 2020. But before we proceed, I'd like to thank and give a special shout out to our advocacy partner, Jewel Beauty Strong. Not to mention as well, thank you so much to all of you who have been with us since day one and who have been following Miss Earth since 2001. Also, thank you so much to those who caught us in KTX and as well as the Miss Earth Facebook page and YouTube channel. And I'm sure that a lot of you also have questions in your minds, but without further ado, I know you're excited to hear from them, straight from the winners themselves. So I'd like to present to you our newest batch of elemental queens, starting off with our Miss Earthfire. I'll no longer call them by their countries. Miss Earthfire, Michaela Rubinstein from Denmark.
Hi, hello everyone.
Wow, short and sweet. We'll get to hear from them later on. And our Miss Earth Water from the Philippines, Roxanne Baines.
Hi everybody! Thank you so much for all the love and support. We the Eco Angels soar higher with your love.
Salamat, Roxy. And now we move on to our Miss Earth Air, Stephanie Drick from Venezuela.
Hello everybody. Thank you so much for all your support and your positive comments about me. Thank you so much.
And of course, the 20th queen, the 20th bearer of the Miss Earth crown from USA. Please welcome your Miss Earth 2020, Lindsay Coffey.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so excited to just see everyone and talk to everyone. Thank you all so much for the support. Let's get this started.
And yes, let's get this started. Okay, let's see who will ask the very first questions to our queens. Earlier, before we went live, we had a sort of chit chat, and because I really wanted to hear what our friends from the media and also vloggers from all over the world have in their minds about what the pageant was like. Okay. Who wants to ask the first question? Okay, let's start from the very latest one. Okay, we start from Dan Burmas. Go ahead, ask your question.
Hi. Am I registering okay?
Go ahead.
Awesome. All right. Well, I would like to first ask our new queen, Miss Earth 2020. My question for you is this. So during the pageant, you were asked for your advocacies, and now that you're Miss Earth, we want to know what would be the steps that you plan to do to set things in motion.
What I really want to focus on is to really just gather momentum and really focus on each other's climate story, because a lot of people aren't familiar that they do have their own climate story, that they are connected to the effects of climate change. And that is really how we will enact change in one another. Whenever we inspire people and motivate them and show them like this is all connected and we all experience the effects of this, that will really, I feel like, start a movement. And that's what I'm really hoping to accomplish.
Very well said. Thank you, Miss Earth 2020. And may I also have more time to ask our elemental queens as well?
Do any of our queens have their answers as well? Please feel free to chime in, or else I'll move on to the next question and maybe we do another round robin later on.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Let's have another question from Mr. Von Belenario of News TV5. Vaughn, are you there?
Hello, hi, good afternoon, good evening, good day. My question is for Miss Lindsay, for our Miss Earth, Miss Lindsay.
Hi.
Hi, Lindsay. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm still like kind of feeling like I'm floating.
Yeah, okay. You are the first American to win the Miss Earth title. And I think it's stars are aligned because, you know, US just elected the new president, Joe Biden, and Joe Biden's campaign focus on one of the main focus of Joe Biden's campaign is about climate change. He really wants to push for it. As an American, what are your thoughts on that?
I completely support that. And I'm so proud of my country this election year. We had a record number of voters, record number of even registered voters. So I was very proud of my country for actually utilizing their voice and really respecting the duty of what it means to be an American and their civil rights. So I was so proud of my country for that. And like having Joe Biden really be pushing for climate change and wanting to rejoin the Paris Agreement on his first day in office, I'm completely excited, and I have so much faith that we're going to be able to turn this around. As a country of influence, I'm hoping that we can enact change in other countries as well and kind of influence them to just make brighter, better steps in order to have a brighter and better future.
Yeah, thank you so much for your thoughts, and congratulations, Lindsay.
Yeah.
All right, Tito Norman, you're next.
Thank you, Kathy. I have a question for Michaela, our Miss Earthfire 2020. Hello, Michaela. You're on mute.
Hi.
Okay. Hello. Okay, this is my question to you. Earlier, when you were announced as Miss Earthfire 2020, and the host James Deacon gave you the chance to share your thoughts about just winning the title, you said that Denmark hasn't won or placed in the top 4 ever since Katharina Svensson's win during the inaugural pageant of Miss Earth. It's only now that you returned the country of Denmark in the final 4. What do you think made a difference this year? Is it you as the representative, or is it because of your knowledge that really helped you step up and become one of the 4 elemental queens?
Thank you so much for your question. It is true, Denmark hasn't placed, I don't think they have placed even in the semifinals in 19 years. So it was a huge shock for me and for my team and for I think everyone in Denmark watching, because I don't think anyone thought this was possible. I don't know why. I have to say I was shocked myself. I think everyone was very, very surprised. If anything, I hope it was for my advocacy and my knowledge. I think it means a lot to me, and what I really love and what drew me to Miss Earth is the work that they do, and it aligned with the work that I already do and that I stand for, and the stances that I take on climate change, but also on mental health. And there's so many, not only environmental and climatic issues, but also issues with the way that we treat each other and women's rights. and mental health in general that I really want to speak on and shed some light on. And I think that combined together was a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michaela, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Back to you, Kathy.
Thank you so much, Tita Norma. Now let's move on to Adam. Hey, Adam G.
Thank you, Miss Kathy. I have a question, actually one question for all the queens, depends on whoever wants to answer. This whole pageant experience afforded you a very unique one because, you know, it's a virtual setup. So I'm curious to ask, what have been your most favorite moments preparing for the competition, or were there sacrifices that you had to make in order to be able to compete in this virtual setup of Miss Earth 2020? Anyone can answer, Lindsay, Michaela, Roxy, or
Yeah,
Stephanie.
I'll chime in.
It's a question for all.
Go ahead,
no worries.
Lindsay.
So whenever we found out about this virtual pageant, of course, there were a lot of things that we weren't going to experience in a typical pageant. And especially for me, since I've never done this before, so my reign's so unique and unlike anyone's experience, because I've never even really experienced that on stage presence. So I really kind of lacked a lot, but then I ended up making up for so much more because I didn't take it for granted, and I valued every second that I could get, especially with like my Miss Earth USA team members, where I couldn't really meet with them in person. And so whenever we finally had that opportunity to film together and really spend time with one another and get to know one another, I was so grateful because this was my team. They were supporting me, they were guiding me, they taught me so much, and just being able to connect with them in person. I mean, this pandemic has shown us and taught us that we're social beings, like we need to have that interaction. So being able to communicate with them and interact with them on a physical level and just like be with them, it honestly made me so grateful, and it made me feel so warm inside just because I was lacking that for so long. And then also being able to interact with all these girls through a virtual group chat. I mean, we did our best to try and like create that bond and really get to know one another. So just being able to surpass expectations and really go out of our way to really try and form a connection, was so meaningful.
Roxy, Stephanie?
Yes.
And
Well,
Michaela?
as for me, yes, it's not the traditional way of having pageants. This is all new to my eco-sisters and the same as me. But I always stick by the quote that you could still bloom beautifully wherever you are planted, and that constantly reminds me to be humble, to be resourceful, and make the most out of what is available. And I think my favorite part, despite the restrictions, is that we were still able to travel quite a lot for my eco video, since my team really wants to push for these award, the best in eco videos. So we really did give our all for that, and I got the goosebumps because most of the areas where we shot was actually in the beach. So maybe I think I saw the signs that I was gonna be the mermaid queen, the water queen. And I'm happy that this virtual pageant was pushed through, because it's true, we shouldn't let a pandemic silence us from our voices being heard. So kudos to the entire Miss Earth organization. I know, just like everybody, I also had such an amazing time, and congratulations to the winner. It was a blast. Bongga!
Stephanie?
Hello.
I haven't heard from you yet. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you so much for your question. Well, my favorite moment in this competition was getting to know you. Creo que fue el único momento en el que pudimos compartir todas las candidatas. Fue el único momento en el que no estuvimos divididas por continente. Y yo creo que si algo extrañé de esta competencia fue haber conocido a las 83 mujeres tan maravillosas que compitieron conmigo en esta competencia.
I think this process was amazing because I got to know all of you, especially the part when we were not separated by continents. And the only part that I missed really is not getting to know all the other 83 contestants personally.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephanie. Michaela?
Yes, thank you. So I will say, I mean, I'm completely new to pageants as well, so I don't really have anything to compare it to. So for me, it was a whole new experience. And for me, it was you learn as you do. It's a learning by doing process. And you know, you made mistakes and then you figured it out along the way. And I think that whole process really just, I think I can speak for myself as well as many of the other girls when I say that you grow and learn so much from this entire journey. And just listening to the other girls speaking and seeing the other countries and listening to their advocacies for me was the biggest part of this pageant, because I realized that yes, we are on the same earth and most of the issues that we face are on a global scale, but each and every country has their own, you know, things that they're fighting with. They have their own issues and they have their own advocacies, and that for me was so inspiring to see what each and every country can contribute with, because it's so unique.
Thank you so much, Michaela. Thank you also, Adam. Next, we have Tito Mario, Dumawa, long time. Tito Mario, how are you?
How are you, Kat?
Good, how are you? Go ahead.
Question for Lindsay. Lindsay, congratulations. Can you take us again to that time when you were announced as the winner? It seemed like you couldn't quite believe it. And how do you feel about being compared with Catriona Gray? You give us the same vibe like Catriona.
I have heard that, but no, thank you for congratulating me, Mario. I honestly appreciate that. When they told me, I mean, I kid you not, I mean, obviously you saw my expression. I literally thought that they were joking. Like, I didn't know if we were supposed to like record our reaction, like this was fake and like this was just in case I won. I had no idea that that I was actually being told that I won. So like you could even hear me. I was like, are you joking? And he was like, no. And then I was like, is this a reaction? No. And then finally it sunk in. And I actually really enjoyed watching that. I didn't get to watch that moment. You could even see the look on my face where that was the moment I realized, okay. Oh, we have somebody else.
Sorry, Lindsay. Yeah, everyone who's not in the, okay, very good. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Okay, no worries.
Lindsay, it was a big moment here. That was a big moment.
It was huge.
That was really your moment.
In seeing that transition where it sunk in that he was being serious, I mean, my heart like exploded. It was so full. And but just being compared to Catriona Gray, I mean, I looked her up, I researched her. I mean, she's gorgeous. So of course that's a compliment. So I'm like, thank you everybody. And honestly, I mean, she's kind of like an icon in the pageant industry and like really what she stands for. So being able to be compared to her, I was just like, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I hope that you could come here to the Philippines and visit us and see Roxy Baez. See you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Tito Mario. Next, we have Ken of M Pageantry.
Thanks, Ma'am Cathy. I would like to ask a question to Miss Roxy.
Hello po, mabuhay.
Hi, mabuhay. Hi, Rox. Are you an Ilocana? No.
Igorota.
Igorota.
Yes.
Okay, that's not my question. Anyway, congratulations, because I've observed that you have the best production for all the videos being aired a while back, and I was enjoying everything. I already made a video congratulating you and documented your journey. Anyway, my question is, when you were answering the final question, what came into your mind? I mean, how did you come up with that answer? Because I know that you were pressured that time, right?
Wow, thank you so much, first of all, for the love and support, syempre. Sobrang, I was really shocked with the question. I shared this in my previous interviews that I do have a 100-page notebook that I constantly review, since of course Miss Earth wants the holistic package. Not only beauty and not only the physique, but dapat the heart and the brain. So I have this 100-page notebook that I constantly review, and it mostly dealt with environmental degradations and issues. So when the question was asked, I was stunned because I have to be honest, I didn't review at all. So if you see the video, there is 3 seconds where I just opened my mouth. If you would go back, you would see me like... So I think what explained me being able to answer, it was just destiny, because honestly, I really didn't know what to say. It just felt like something pushed me and the words came out of my mouth. So I just think that the stars aligned for me that day. So I couldn't be happier, Paul.
Actually, congratulations. Nahirapan ako mag-transcribe ng ano mo, ng Q&A mo. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shops.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Now we move on to our friends from Miss Earth Crown, Mark and Noy. Take it away.
Hello, good evening, and thank you so
Hi.
much, Kathy. I have a question for Roxy, and Nonny has a question for Lindsay.
Yes.
My question for Roxy is, by the way, Roxy, congratulations. We're so happy that you won. And I'd like to find out, how have you grown? I know that you've experienced the Miss Philippines Earth virtual pageant versus the Miss Earth international pageant. How much have you grown based on your experience?
Wow, it was such a journey. I felt like I grew so much since I used to be very soft spoken, and everybody knows I'm the baby of the group other than Elisa, even though she's 19 years old and I'm 23 years old. She's younger than me. But I felt like I was the baby in the group. So I think I grew a lot in a way that I matured more. I learned to be more independent. I learned to value things more, and I just appreciated things more than I was when I was competing in Miss Philippines Earth, since I was locked down in Manila without much resources, and I was really down. So now it was more of I was very motivated. It wasn't about winning the crown anymore. It was just I'm already here. I'm already Miss Philippines Earth. There's nothing to lose anymore. All I have to do now is give my best and see what happens.
Thank you so much, Roxy. That was this is a proud moment for you. Thank you for representing the Philippines really well.
And now I have a question for our new Miss Earth 2020, Lindsay Coffee. Hi, Lindsay from Miss Earth Crown.
Hi, guys.
Hi, I miss you.
How are you?
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm like, I keep pinching myself.
Yes. Actually, my question is about your reaction, okay? When you were called as Miss Earth 2020. You burst into tears towards the end of the announcement. I mean, maybe walk us through what was going through your head, through your mind. Why did you burst into tears when you finally realized you were actually Miss Earth 2020?
So yeah, just even touching on that reaction, I mean, I honestly like to look back on it and reflect, because again, I thought they were joking in the beginning. So my reaction wasn't as sincere because I was questioning. I was like, is this real? So as soon as I realized, like, this is it, like the expression on my face just completely changed, and like my eyes like filled up. If I talk about it, I'll probably get emotional. But like my eyes just filled up, because I mean, I couldn't believe that this was happening, because somebody who I thought was really a nobody, especially in the industry, like was able to just prove herself wrong and show that she was deserving and she was worthy and she was capable. And like hearing that and just kind of having that verify and validate it, honestly just overwhelmed me to the point where I couldn't hide it. And I just started to like break down, really. And even going on and talking about it, I tried to collect myself, but then every once in a while I'd have to stop talking for like what felt like an eternity and just like cry a little bit and collect myself and then start talking again. But it was so emotional for me, because I mean, I say this a lot, I've never had this experience before, so I honestly didn't even know how I would react. And seeing my reaction and having such a sincere and genuine reaction, and just knowing how that played out, it just showed me even more how much I wanted this, how much I wanted to do this, how much this means to me. So I mean, my reaction was like as surprising, like as to me as to like all of you. So it was honestly one of the highlights of my life, to be honest. Just a sincere, genuine moment.
Yes, thank you so much, and would like to validate your growth, because we remember that your first interview was with Miss Earth Crown. You were so nervous then, and now look at you. It's gone full circle. Congratulations, Miss Earth.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. All right, next we have Camille Taborlupa of Miss Earth Moments.
Hi, Lindsay. First of all, I would like to congratulate you. And also, I was one of those people who was teary-eyed when you won. Just seeing your reaction, it was really genuine, and it's really heartfelt. So yeah, I think a lot of people really loved your reaction because it's one of the most genuine moments in pageantry. Now my question is, I know that it all happens so fast and your reign starts today, but is there already a planned media or echo tour for you in the US?
Well, I'm hoping so. We haven't really covered much since this just happened, so like just a few hours ago. So we still have to have that team meeting and like go over everything, like see what's to come. But I'm hoping for a successful, hands-on, just amazing experience, amazing year, because I'm not going to let our current situation hold us back from making a difference. So I am so unbelievably excited, and I just cannot wait to like just get going.
Okay, thank you so much and congratulations again on your win.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Up next, we have Gab Galvez of Miss Earth Beauties.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. And this question is for all the queens. And before that, I would like to say hello to Miss Michaela and Lindsay for the opportunity to be on Miss Earth Beauties before. Hi, and congratulations to all our queens. And this is my question. What did you learn on this virtual pageant?
Hey, Gab. I would
Hi.
like to just jump right in on this one since I briefly touched on this. But firstly, I love your shirt and I want it. So like, I just love that. It looks so cute.
Thank you so much.
So just yeah, to touch on what I mentioned before, just yeah, the growth that I experienced where I learned that I was capable, and I came with a lot of doubts because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to expect for myself if I could do this. So knowing that I was able to overcome my obstacles, overcome my own doubts, more importantly, and just do this and really just put my passion out there, make myself vulnerable, and it ended up paying off. So honestly, I grew so much in that aspect because just learning what your potential is and really not just reaching it, but putting yourself out there to reach it is so important just in humanity and just what it means to be human. So, I mean, I feel like I kind of unlocked that. And so I'm just so excited to just surpass the potential that I thought I had and just continue going on.
And we cannot deny the fact that you're the Miss Earth 2020, Lindsay. Very good answer.
Thank you.
How about Miss Earth Water, Roxanne Baines? What have you learned about this virtual pageant?
Well, I learned po that your dreams and your purpose doesn't have to be put on hold just because there is a pandemic. So I joined Miss Philippines Earth prior to knowing that something big would happen 2 months later. So it was really shocking at first, and I did have my fair share of hindrances just like all the other ladies, but I think I embraced it day by day. And if I struggled during Miss Philippines Earth and you saw my backgrounds, you saw it was just a plain white wall, I think I embraced it more during this international pageant. And they said I already mastered the art of a virtual pageant. So I think it's just a start to many more possibilities in the pageant industry, and this virtual pageant is just one sign of resiliency. So I couldn't be more happy to take part, and I wish all my eco angels the best. They were amazing. It's not easy to pull off virtual performances. There are a lot of things to consider. It's not only walking on stage anymore or answering a question. It's making sure you have good lighting, you have good gestures on screen, and the good background, the good music. So there's all things that you have to consider. But then again, a Miss Earth Queen has this holistic package. So it's more about being resourceful, making the most of what you have, and bringing your A game. That's what I learned.
Thank you for representing the Philippines, and we're so proud of you.
Thank you, Point. Means a lot.
How about Miss Earth? How about our Miss Earth Heir, Venezuela?
Hello, thank you so much for this amazing question. Well, in this competition, I have learned that nothing is impossible and effort leads to success. Muchas personas cuando anunciaron que se llevaría a cabo el Miss Earth 2020 pensaron que sería imposible, que no lo lograríamos. Y ayer fuimos un ejemplo de que sí podemos. Tuvimos un evento maravilloso. Me siento muy feliz de formar parte de la familia del Miss Tierra.
When they announced that they were going to do the Miss Earth 2020, especially virtually, a lot of people thought it was going to be impossible. And yesterday we set an important example, and we demonstrated that it is possible, and it was an amazing event. And I'm very happy to be part of this.
Thank you.
You're the sweetest queen I've met, Stephanie. And lastly, our Miss Earthfire, Michaela.
Hi, Gabriel. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you again.
Yeah.
I will say this has been such a personal journey for me. I've grown so much as a person. I think to really push myself to the limits and see what is possible and in such short amount of time because I am new to the pageants and I did enter very late and everything had to happen so fast and then with the pandemic going on but that I think it really shows that you can really push through if you want it enough and I hope that it shows to the smaller countries that it's not always about having the biggest teams or the biggest productions or the most highest quality. It's about what's inside and it's about what you bring to the table and what you really are passionate about and wanting to make a change. And what I learned, I have to say, I always grew up, loving the environment and being very aware of our issues. I mean, growing up in Denmark, it's a part of our education from we are children. But really diving into that, seeing the facts and seeing how severe it is was even shocking to me. And I think that really pushed me to say, okay, we have to do something right now because we can't keep talking about it. So it was a wake up call for me too. So I really hope that that's something that we can really create awareness about and come up with solutions that people can start being active.
You still surprise me with your answers, Michaela. And congratulations. And it's nice to see you again. And congratulations to Miss Earth and to Carousel Productions for having us. And also to Sir Mark Ligachalian for accepting my friend request. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Gab. Next, we have from Daily Tribune, Kim Sancha. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. So first, congratulations and good luck. And felicidades y buena suerte, Señorita Venezuela. So I actually have a question to the...
Thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias.
De nada. So I have a question to the 4 elemental queens. So who is Michaela, Roxanne, Stephanie, and Lindsay before and after winning the title? So I'll start with Michaela.
Hi.
Hi.
Wow, that's a really interesting question. Who were we before and after? I will say that I'm the same person. I don't think I even really realized that I won a title yet. So for me, I think it's really about being true to yourself and knowing what you stand for. Since I was very little, have been very active when it comes to animals. And then as I grew up, I started being very active about mental health and bullying, especially children, because that's something that I have experienced as a child. So that was something that's very close to me. And growing up and started acting, and I started realizing that through my acting roles can help create awareness, for example, on domestic violence. I took on a role where I went out to our shelter that creates awareness for abused women and children. And I think that really showed me how you can combine everything. I mean, what you're passionate about, you can use that for greater good and you can use that to help people and you can really make a difference. So I think I'm absolutely the same person, but giving now a platform to speak about it and create awareness and really create light on something that maybe a lot of people don't talk about. And that's for me is the most important, is to bring something to the table that I'm already passionate about. And I already did. It's just about bringing it to the light.
Thank you. Roxanne?
Thank you.
Thank you po. Well, before Miss Earth, I was a fresh graduate who moved to Manila, lived in a small apartment with a lot of dreams in her heart, and lived alone and in pursuit of a dream that now came true. But if we go, I did actually pursue acting before joining Miss Philippines Earth. But if we go way, way back, I was quite a bit of a nerd. I was very academically conscious. I could say I did well in school. And I played a lot of board games and chess a lot. But if we go way, way, way back to my childhood, I am a daughter of an environmentalist. So my mom really raised me with nature responsibility. I remember myself like rolling in soil paths. The paths that don't mind to get dirty with all the worms and planting I remember planting my first tree, which is an apple tree. So I was really exposed at a very young age, and I had the passion. I had a heart for animals in need. So I grew up adopting pets, and I would bring home a puppy, and my mom would say, where'd you get another one?" So I think my childhood was really fun. But I was very soft spoken then, so I think I really did transform a lot, mostly now that I was given this platform where I was able to find power in my voice. And this is a great transformation that I would be grateful for all my life.
Thank you, Roxanne. And
Thank you.
Stephanie?
Well, creo que soy exactamente la misma persona, soy la misma mujer, con los mismos sueños y los mismos objetivos. Solo hay una cosa diferente en mí.
I think I am exactly the same person, the same woman before and after the contest. There's only, with the same hopes and the same dreams, there's only one difference.
Ya no estoy sola. Ahora tengo una gran familia que me apoya, que me respalda, y esa familia se llama Miss Earth Organization.
The only difference is that I am not alone now. Have a big family supporting me. That family is Miss Earth Organization.
Thank you so much.
De nada, perfecto. And lastly, Lindsay.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I'm still the same person, and the only difference is everything's a little bit more amplified. I'm more confident. I'm more educated. I learned so much throughout this competition, not just about myself, but about the environment. I mean, I thought I already knew a lot going into this, but it really motivated me even more. It just, yeah, it amplified everything. So being able to research and find new things that I've never even heard of. I mean, there's so many solutions out there to our problems, and we have the technology, we have the advancements. It's just about being able to do it. So I just grew so much in through my education and just kind of really amplifying my already personality and characteristics, and just kind of became a more well-rounded individual. So I'm hoping that'll make me an even more well-rounded queen and really be able to, you know, reach my goals in this and pursue really my dream.
Thank you. Back to you, Catherine. Thank you.
All right, don't hate me for this, but for us to be able to give everyone a chance to ask, I'll be only giving you a chance to ask to one particular candidate. If you have more questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat box, and we'll forward it to our queens that they can probably answer as well. But for this specific session, please, one question each. All right, okay, now we move on to Jay Barba of Pageant Trend. Thank you.
Hello, mabuhay everyone. First, congratulations to Miss Earth organization, and also congratulations to our newly crowned Miss Earth 2020. So my question is for our newly crowned Miss Earth 2020, Miss Lindsay Coffey. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
How are you today?
Oh my goodness, I'm amazing, honestly. I can't get any better than this. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Well, anyway, congratulations for winning Miss Earth 2020. So my question for you is, what do you think is your greatest strength, and how did it help you to win the title?
This is an easy question. It's just being me. So I feel like one of my advantages was not knowing really the system and really what to expect. It just led me to be myself. And I mean, I'm awkward, I'm silly. I mean, I just speak my mind sometimes. So just being able to project who I am as a person, I feel like my authenticity is what a lot of people mentioned, and I come off very genuine and sincere. And I honestly, that is one of the best compliments I could ever receive, because I pride myself on authenticity and knowing that that was able to translate to others, especially virtually, because your energy is different whenever you walk into a room versus being virtual. So having someone be able to feel that energy and have it be the same and consistent, I mean, that meant so much to me. So that's definitely my authenticity.
All right, thank you so much for that wonderful answer. Back to you, Miss Callie.
Thank you. Francois Diaz, you're up next of Pageant Mag Philippines.
Hi, thank you so much, Kathy, and congratulations to Carousel and Miss Earth organization. And of course, congratulations to our newly crowned queens. So my question is for our Miss Earth 2020. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, hello.
How are you?
So good. I mean, I'm not going to get tired of answering that question because I'm amazing.
I definitely know it. Okay, so my question is that basically we are just going to have a snippet of your Miss Earth 2020 journey. So, of all the events or segments you prepared yourself in the course of the competition, which of these you were challenged the most?
Oh.
And if you could do it again, how could you do it better?
100% the talent portion. Like I didn't even want to do it. And so I actually ended up losing my voice like that day. So I couldn't even like sing. And I ended up having to change the key, like change my notes, change the range that I was doing. I mean, and I had to do it so many times. So my voice got even more like raspy. So that was honestly the most challenging because also you're very vulnerable when you sing and you just express any type of talent. So a lot of my singing takes place in the shower. So having it take place in front of everybody, it was a little bit intimidating. So that was definitely the most challenging, knowing that it was going to be out there and like into the world. Yeah, so that's definitely the one. And I ended up growing a little bit from it just because, I mean, you just got to do it sometimes. So once it's done and over with, you're like, I did it. I'm moving on. Like it's out there. Like, let's deal with it. But it was nice though to finally get that. And I ended up getting a lot of like great feedback.
But you won the best in talent in America.
I know, like what was that? I didn't expect that. So yeah, whenever I found that out, I was like, that was the one thing I definitely did not expect. Whenever my national director told me, I was like, well, that was interesting.
All right, thank you so much, Lindsay, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
All right,
girls.
Sorry. Up next, we have Alexa Villano of Rappler.
Hello, good evening. Hello, Lindsay. My questions for you, Lindsay. Hello. Hi. Okay. Lindsay, one of the things I found interesting about you, actually, I saw it a couple of minutes ago on your first Instagram, is that you're actually part of the climate reality team. I'm actually part of that as well here in Manila. You carried that title, and then you're Miss Earth USA, and now you're Miss Earth 2020. And of course, obviously, I know you represented Pennsylvania in the Miss Earth USA, so I'm sure there's a lot of jolly news given that in the past few weeks they were in the headlines because of the elections as well. Now that you have these three titles, Climate Reality Leader, Miss Earth USA, and Miss Earth 2020, given the scenario that's that has been happening in the United States, how do you plan to use your three titles to at least unite a divided country as has been described in the past few months?
So to really bring a divided country together, which unfortunately my country has not been this divided in a very long time. I mean, this kind of is how I answered the question with how do you convince a climate denier? So really with my background with climate reality and all of the information I learned with Miss Earth USA and Miss Earth, I mean, it's education. So being able to educate myself is one thing, being able to educate another is completely different. So when I'm able to use my voice, use my platform to speak the truth and have that supporting evidence that is indisputable, that's all we can do. So whenever we show people and like, as we answered our conspiracy theory question, which threw everybody for a loop, but whenever you look at reputable sources and you present that evidence in front of you, you respect science. It's hard to deny that. So you just have to keep on pushing, keep speaking your truth, and keep on having that passion because you cannot give up. And that is what's most important, because that is whenever change starts to occur, whenever you're resilient and you do not give up. So it doesn't happen overnight. So each day I'm going to keep on doing what I need to do in order to get this platform out there and raise this awareness. And I'm just gonna keep doing it, and I'm just gonna hope for the best.
All right, thank you. And before I give it back to Kathy, I might have to say, I would love to say now that when you won today, the U.S. joins the growing list of countries winning the top 4 crowns because you made history yourself today. Kathy.
All right. Next, we have Critical Beauty, Rafa Delfin.
Hi.
Hi, go ahead.
Well, first of all, big congratulations to Carousel Productions for putting up a wonderful, amazing virtual show. Kathy, as you know, I have been very critical about Miss Earth in the past, but you guys blew me away. I didn't realize that a virtual pageant could be this wonderful. So kudos to all of you. And question to my bestie, Lindsay Coffey, the new Miss Earth 2020. Woo-hoo! Go USA!
Hi, wait, where's your crown? What is this hat?
Oh my God.
Where's your crown go?
You see my Christmas tree in the background?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that was inspired by you. It's all natural elements.
Amazing. I love that. That is amazing.
Congratulations.
I'm so happy to talk to you. Thank you so much. I was so excited seeing you on here. So I'm so grateful we get to talk.
Now, my question is, Christmas is only, what, 26 days away. What are your plans for Christmas, and what is your Christmas wish?
Christmas wish. Oh, that's a tough one. So plan-wise, I mean, I'm just going to spend it here with my family. So as I mentioned before, typically I'm in New York for work. So being back home during this pandemic, I've been spending a lot of time with my family. So I'll be still here with my family for Christmas. It'll be very low key. We'll just like spend time with one another, eat a lot of food again. But my Christmas wish, oh my goodness. I mean, of course, an amazing wish is to obviously see success with our climate and have this change and have everybody on a united front, but to even just be a little bit more toned down and honestly just reflect on myself. My wish is to keep on pursuing my passion and to not give up, because a lot of people are challenged and they're faced with a lot of obstacles that deter them and really make them feel like, can I go on? Like, this is so difficult. So I wish to be gifted with just even more resiliency and the strength to overcome my obstacles and to have a successful year, because I don't want this pandemic to get in the way of that. And I want to have an amazing, impactful year and honestly leave behind a legacy unlike any other before. And I really wish for that. So thank you for asking that.
Well, you know what my Christmas wish is?
What?
Well, you're not too far away from Massachusetts, so you come visit me and you help me pick up the trash in my neighborhood.
Yes, let's go litter picking.
We'll go
Christmas.
litter picking and we'll promote Miss Earth in my state, Massachusetts. How's that?
Yes. All right, change my wish. Okay, we're doing that.
And hopefully Carousel Productions will grant me a more extensive interview with you. Right, Kathy?
Yes. I will endorse that to Astrid and the rest of the team, right?
Wonderful. Thank you.
All right.
Talk to you
Thank
later.
you so much. Next, we have Marie Manozga of MMPR.
Good evening. Hi, I have a couple of questions for Miss Earth, Miss USA, Lindsay.
Hi, Marie.
Hi, congratulations on winning this year's title. I think it's well-deserved.
Thank you so much.
My questions are, after the dust has settled, the euphoria has settled, what will be top of agenda for you? What concrete steps are you taking to fulfill your mission as Miss Earth or as an environmental advocate? And also, what legacy would you like to leave behind as Miss Earth 2020?
So as for concrete steps, I'm still waiting to have that discussion with our team now and really see what our goals are this year, how we can meet them. So all of that is still being written. I know my agenda that I really want to push forth. I already started writing it. So, I mean, I want to reach out to my audience, have them connect with the climate story. I would love to, in a pandemic-free world, I would love to have a summit or a conference and really encourage change by gathering people and sharing, raising awareness, promoting education. So there's a lot that I want to do. I'd love to visit certain countries that are struggling and show what each country, how they're making an impact on the planet, what their greatest amount of emission is, how they can fix that, and what their greatest strength though is to this world as well. So I just want to show the pros and cons, have everyone on a united front, and really that's how the only step is to move forward. So I'm sorry, what was the other half of your question? Oh, my legacy. Yeah. So for my legacy, I have this, I don't even know how, it kind of just came to me one day, but my Be More Than Your Country campaign, that sentence to be more than your country, it just came to me because it was so synonymous with what Miss Earth is and what she should stand for. Because I mean, you're no longer, yes, Miss Earth USA, Miss Earth Philippines. So like you still have your nation behind you, and you still need to care about your nation and promote change and sustainability. But the only way to solve this crisis is if we work together. And that is whenever I came up with the only way to solve this crisis is to be more than your country, because that is truly the only way that we will be able to find success. And we need to look at one another as citizens of the world, not just citizens of our own country. So that is what I really want to push, and that is the legacy I want to leave behind, because there is only one race, and it is the human race, and we have all been the issue to this problem, but we can all be the solution. We just have to work together. So I'd really like to leave that message behind.
Thank you, and all the best to you, and congratulations to the Carousel team for a job well done, especially to Astrud.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Vanessa Alves of Hola Venezuela magazine.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations to all the queens and Miss Earth organization. My question is Stephanie Drake, Miss Earth 2020.
Hello, Vanessa. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. How do you feel about to the title, and why do you think you are one of the elements? ¿Cómo te sientes con este título y por qué crees que eres uno de los elementos?
Me siento una persona afortunada. Sin duda alguna, haber competido con 84 grandes candidatas, todas muy fuertes y muy inteligentes, fue una competencia muy dura y muy reñida. Creo que todas teníamos la posibilidad de ganar. Y saber que estoy allí, que estoy aquí siendo una de las 4 reinas, siendo parte de la familia de la organización Miss Earth, creo que es lo más importante. Que estoy muy agradecida con Dios, la verdad, no tengo palabras.
Well, I feel like a very fortunate person because being in a competition with 83 other fantastic women, it was a very tough competition. So just being here and being one of the 4 final contestants, it's just amazing. And it's amazing to be part of the Miss Earth organization.
Y la verdad creo que estoy aquí, creo que soy parte de esta gran familia porque no me conformé con dar solo lo que pedían. Creo que siempre intenté dar lo mejor de mí, siempre busqué un plan para distraerlos, para hacerlos feliz, para hacer que se rieran de mis ocurrencias, y creo que ese es el motivo por el cual hoy en día estoy aquí.
And being part of this big family, it was for me it was just a reason of pride, but I think it was also because I was trying to give more than I was asked, trying to be humorous in some of the competitions, trying to show myself. I think that's one of the reasons I'm one of the queens.
Muchísimas gracias, Vanessa.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Gracias a ti. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Andy Kaina of Sash Factor. You're on mute.
Thank you, Miss Cathy.
Go ahead.
And congratulations to all the queens. I have a question for Miss Lindsay. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Andy. So nice to be speaking with Sash Factor again.
Thank you, thank you. Lindsay, is there a moment during the pageant that you already knew in your heart that the crown is already in the bag? And what the hardest sacrifice you made to this pageant?
My alarm just went off. No, absolutely. There was not one single moment where I thought the crown was in the bag. That did not exist for me. I mean, that would have been nice, but that moment did not exist. My sacrifice, we all had to make sacrifices during this pandemic, and especially during this pageant being virtual and not being able to have a typical reign. So, I mean, I sacrificed a lot where I didn't have my normal life. I didn't get to have that normal queen moment. So it's not really a sacrifice that was my choice or that I really gave up. It was just not it was not presented to me. But I did sacrifice a lot, just not even being able to go around and move around a bit. So even for my eco video, I didn't get to move around too much. We ended up staying, I did happen to go to Florida for it, but we ended up staying just in that one spot. So we didn't move around too much. So I don't really consider too many sacrifices that I had to make. There was just a lot of obstacles that I had to overcome. So fortunately, I feel like I didn't have to sacrifice much or lose anything because I gained so much more.
Thank you, Lindsay. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Andy.
Thank you. Next, we have Holly Lynch.
Hi there. My question is for Lindsay, and I'm from the United States. So, Lindsay, how are you today?
Yes, Holly, how are you? I'm doing well.
This is Stacy with Pageantry Now for VIP Pageantry. So happy to see you. You probably heard me all the way from Miami to where you are screaming last night because we were so excited for your win. I'm super excited to see where you're going with the new title because now you are an ambassador to the planet. I don't know if that's something that's kind of sunk in yet. I'm sure it's been, what, 8 hours?
Yeah, it's a pretty significant role when you put it that way.
We're super excited for you here in Miami, and I know hopefully you'll be coming back down to visit us soon.
Oh, absolutely.
We love you, and I talked to Franz and Lisa, and they're super excited for you. So, so my question to you is, now that you're an ambassador to the planet, how do you, or what opportunity would you like to be able to speak to someone about being able to change the planet in a positive way? And I know that you spoke about a summit earlier, but if you had one opportunity to speak before one specific group of people, what would it be and what would you say?
One specific, okay, so that's difficult because like I keep on pushing, we all have to do this together. So specifically, I mean, I also like to give credit where credit's due. So historically speaking, India, China, they've been known to emit most of the emissions, but also within these past few years, they've also been the ones that decreased theirs drastically. So, I mean, I applaud them for that. So I also think we shouldn't just go to the countries and in a way reprimand them and be like, we need to do this, you guys need to do that. I would also like to, again, say, give credit where credit's due. So I would like to really, I mean, even China's another superpower. They, with the US, we make up 40% of the economy, like the worldwide economy. So I guess China just being that other influential power, I would love to really kind of go there, speak with them, really get a good grip of how they're working, what their goals are, how they plan on having a cleaner, brighter, more sustainable future. So I would like to work, yes, definitely work a little bit more with China and see what we can work on together and just continue to move forward.
Do you think you would want to work with the United Nations as well?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's not even a question. I've always wanted to work with the United Nations, and I think we can get so much accomplished there because we have such a, not a tight-knit group, but we have so many countries that are honestly just looking for the betterment of the planet, not just boosting their own economy or boosting their own revenue. So honestly, the United Nations is just a forefront that I would really like to be a part of.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Much luck on the rest of your reign, and I wish you all the blessings, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity to talk with you, and hopefully we'll get to do it again. I hope that you guys will allow us to do that. Thank you to Carousel, and Kathy, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Stacey.
Thank you. Next, we have Edge of Pageantology 101.
Hi, Lindsay. Congratulations again.
Hi, Edge. So nice to talk to you again, too.
All right. So what important lesson you have learned in your almost 2 months Miss Earth 2020 journey?
I learned, I'm not proud of this, but I learned how hard I am on myself. I mean, if you ask my team, I would just kind of beat myself up because I expect a lot from me. I hold myself to such a high degree, and I know my potential. And when I feel like my potential hasn't been met, sometimes I slap myself on the wrist. And so I need to be more kind to myself and acknowledge my strengths and acknowledge what I want to give to this world and really focus on that, because that is what makes our future brighter, not focusing on our flaws or our weaknesses, because our strength is what gives us those leadership skills. Our strength is what really pushes us into our future. So that is one thing I wanted to touch on.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Miss Earth. Bye.
Thank you. Next, we have Ezel John of Pageantry Fanatics.
Hello, good evening, Lindsay. Congratulations to all the queens and to Carousel Production. My question is for you. Can you share to us what is the first thing you did after being crowned Miss Earth 2020?
Honestly, I just sat there and I thought about what just happened. I couldn't believe, I kid you not, again, even after it happened, I still questioned. I was like, is this real? Are they gonna call me and be like, oh, psych, we were kidding. Because I was just so taken aback by it and just with how everything went, like how it went the way it did. So I just honestly, I sat there and I thought about everything. I reflected and I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean for me? What does this mean for my country? What does it mean for the world? Like, what can I do? How can I give back? Like, how can I make a difference? It was so overwhelming, but in the best way possible, because I actually had those thoughts that could be played out. It wasn't just a dream anymore. It was real life. So I just had to take that moment and I had to sit back and I had to reflect and like kind of just sit in that gratitude. And I didn't want that moment to pass. So I take advantage of those moments where even like whenever I was growing up and I was graduating high school, I would walk the halls and I would just take it all in because that was my last moment with my feet on that floor. So I like to take advantage of the moment and really embrace what I'm feeling, live in that moment for as long as I can. So that's what I did.
Thank you. Now you can eat a lot.
Yes.
No more diet.
Absolutely. Cake all the time.
All right, thank you. Next, we have Dan Burmas of Greatest Beauty Queens of the World.
Hi, hello everyone again.
Oh, sorry, Dan. Sorry, I'm so sorry. We'll finish the round robin first before we go to the next round. Sorry, Dan. All right, next we have Ross Del Rosario of What's Up Pilipinas.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. So what's up, girls? Congratulations. Congratulations to Miss Denmark, Philippines, Venezuela, and USA. And of course, congratulations to Carousel and Miss Earth team. It was an impressive production. There was no boring or dull moments. And I really love your presentation. So my question goes to, since we're only allowed to ask only one for the meantime. So of course, since my blog is What's Up Filipinas, so I'll ask Philippines. Miss Philippines, Roxanne.
What's up?
What's up? Can you say what's up, Filipinas?
I love that.
Okay, my question is, which part of the pageant do you think is your strongest, where you were at your best? And which part was your that needs improvement? And siguro my second question is, do you think this virtual competition is going to be applied, or should we apply this in the next pageant, even though we're back to the what do you call this, the better or the old normal? So please.
Yes, I think my strength was definitely the intelligence round. It used to be one thing that I feared the most, but with the mentors that I have, they made me embrace the power of my individuality and who I was. So they told me, for as long as you show your personality, your bubbliness, your optimism, and just show how relatable you are, then you would shine. And I just gave that. Other than praying, I just gave who I was and how relatable I am and bubbly. And that went well for me. I think I really did well during the intelligence round, but I think I struggled the most, as I shared earlier, in the Q&A portion, where I did not prepare much about the question, but I think it's more I was able to answer due to stock knowledge and just answering from the heart, because if you don't really know what to say, like you just listen to your first thought and your heart, and the words just come out. And I think it's more about destiny. I feel like the stars aligned that day. And also for my three other queens who are very deserving, mostly Lindsay, who did a very amazing job and slayed the Q&A portion. And the last question, yes, well, I think this virtual pageant, as I said earlier, it could be a start of many more endless possibilities, because we have to consider other options. Also for our resiliency, we are most in the Philippines, we are very passionate with pageants. So I think it's good that we have options and not just stick with the traditional way. Although there's nothing wrong with wanting the actual traditional pageant, but it's also good to embrace new things since change is constant. And again, I'm proud of being part of this pageant, and I think everybody did amazing. Thank
Well,
you.
you were amazing as well. Of course, everyone was amazing. But one last request: can you do the shout out? We have an iconic shout out. You just shout, "What's up, Filipinas?" Like that.
Ooh, that sounds
Okay.
so fun.
One.
Okay.
I thought
I
after
better
three.
be
Ah.
good.
1, 2, 3.
What's up, Filipinas?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you. All right. Next, we have Jenny of Glitz and Glamour.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Hello, can you hear?
Go ahead.
Hello.
We can hear you. Yes, we can
All
hear
right.
you.
Hi, thank you so much, Miss Earth Organization, and congratulations to all the winners. So my question is for Miss USA or Miss Earth 2020, Lancy.
Hey, Jenny.
Hi, Lancy. Congratulations. And my question to you, how do you define success after winning Miss Earth 2020?
Well, I'm hoping that's still going to be written since it just happened. So I'm hoping to find a lot more success within just these few hours. So I honestly, the road that I want to go down, I mean, it's going to be challenging. There will be a lot of obstacles to overcome with it. But honestly, the only option is success for me. So I just see a bright future. But immediately my success was just seeing what I am capable of doing as a person, as just an individual that's passionate about a cause, and seeing how much your passion can really drive a person. So I found a lot of success in that.
Congratulations again for that worth-winning journey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, we have John Cabanero Alipova of 20th ME Updates.
Hi, good evening, Miss Cathy. Good evening, girls. Congratulations. Good evening, guys. Okay, my question is for Miss Heir 2020, Miss Venezuela.
Sorry. Hello, I'm here. Thank you so much.
Hello, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, muy bien.
Fantastic. Okay, my question is just a simple question, okay? ¿Cuál es tu parte favorita de esta competencia virtual? Or in English, what's your favorite part of this virtual competition?
Creo que mi parte favorita fue haber podido disfrutar de todas las transmisiones, de todo, conocer a todas las chicas, conocer toda la cultura. Y si tengo que escoger un momento, sería el Getting to Know You, porque pude hablar, pude estar con todas mis hermanas en este concurso, que las considero a cada una gran familia.
I think my favorite part is that, well, I enjoy all parts of the competition, all the activities. I get to know the culture of many countries, but I would say my favorite part was the getting to know you part, because I got to share with all the other girls who are part of this big family.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much.
Of course. Muchas gracias, Belleza. Thank you, Miss Cathy. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Fat Gwyn of Analyzing Pageant with Jeremy. Xin chào.
Yeah, xin chào. Do you know the Vietnamese?
That's about it.
Okay. So I have the question for Miss Earth 2020 Lindsay Coffee. Hi, congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Honestly, I am a fan of you, and I know how hungry your country want to take the crown, Miss Earth, because I already watched your interview on your nation channel. Really passionate with us. So that's right. I'm very proud and really happy when you take the crown this year.
Thank you. That's amazing to hear.
Yes. So I had a question for you. What was the hardest sacrifice you had to make when prepare for this title?
The sacrifice, I mean, I don't feel there was too much of a sacrifice because, again, as I mentioned, there was just so many games involved. So any doubts or any unfortunate happenings, excuse me, any unfortunate happenings where I couldn't travel or I couldn't meet my team, all of those sacrifices I had to give up, I mean, were completely worth it. So, I mean, the good completely outweighed the bad, but I honestly, I don't feel like there was a sacrifice that I really had to make in order to be where I am. I just had to have personal growth. I had to continue to educate myself, and I had to continue to ignite that passion in me. So really, I feel like I can't really look at sacrifices. That's just all games.
Yes. So by the way, I would like to say to you one good news. Your name trend top 1 on Google in Vietnam social media.
Oh, wow. That's amazing to hear.
Yes, sure. You can check it. Your name really is, top 1. Yes.
That is so cool. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That is amazing. That's huge. Yes. That's
so
awesome.
So hope you can travel and visit my country as well.
Oh, absolutely. Vietnam, I hear, is absolutely stunning. I do have a couple friends that have been to Vietnam. I would love to go. So that is definitely on the list. I need to explore more of that area as well. So there's, oh my goodness, I would be there in a heartbeat.
Yes, love you.
Thank you so much. Love you.
Come in. Thank you so much. Next week. Thank you. Next, we have Jeff Villanueva of Pageant Hub International. Jeff, are you there? Okay, let's quickly jump to Reich Ulzuron of Reich Reviews, and then we'll get back to Jeff. Reich?
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Kathy. So by the way, since we only have one chance to ask one of the candidates or one of the winners, I will just like to take advantage of saying congratulations for all the winners. So congratulations, Miss Venezuela, Miss Earthwater, Roxy Bayans, our very own, and of course our Miss Earth, Lindsay. My question goes to Miss Denmark because I'm monitoring the messages coming from the netizens, and they would also wanted to hear from you. So hi, Miss Denmark. My question goes to you. Okay, congratulations on your win. Well, my question for you is what best practice that you can share to the young girl who is dreaming to be the next Miss Earth?
Thank you for your questions. I would say that I think the biggest thing would be to be yourself. It sounds so juvenile to say that, but it really is true. And I think to really have your heart in the right place. Ask yourself why you want to do this. I think that's the most important. Why are you going into this? What is the end goal? What do you want to accomplish? And what do you want people to know? For me, in everything that I do, I always ask myself, well, what is it that I feel that I can give to people that they don't already know or don't already have? What can I bring to the table? What can I create awareness about? How can I contribute? And I think that's the main thing. What story do I have to tell? And I think I learned that way back, many years back in my acting school in New York, because as an actor, you have to know yourself, what you're bringing to the table, what you want people to know. If you want people to listen to you, what is it that you are giving them? And I think that is the most important, to really ask yourself that you're going into it for the right reasons, and also have the knowledge that you know, and just clear vision of what you can give.
Okay, thank you so much, Michaela, and to the rest of the girls, congratulations, and also to the Miss Earth organizations. Thank you. That's it, Kathy.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Jeff Villanueva.
Yes, hello, good evening.
Go ahead.
My question is for Miss Venezuela, please. Hello,
Honor,
Venezuela.
thank you so much. Hello.
Good evening. My question for you is, how does it feels your country Venezuela back in the top 4 this year?
¿Cómo se siente Venezuela en el 4?
Me siento afortunada y orgullosa. No es un secreto que el año pasado no logramos clasificar, aunque enviamos una muy buena candidata. Y sé que Venezuela estaba anhelando, esperando con muchas ansias, estaba soñando con que volviéramos a estar en el top 4. Y estoy muy feliz de haber traído una corona a nuestro país.
I feel very fortunate. I feel very proud. It's no secret to anyone that last year we didn't make it to the top 4, although we had a very good candidate. And I think the whole country was dreaming about this. So I'm very happy to bring home a crown.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Jeff. Next, we have Joyce Cortez of Pageant Live.
Hi, good morning, good evening. My question is for Miss Earth 2020. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, I'll never get tired of hearing that. Miss Earth 2020. I'm like, that's me. I'm literally.
Oh my God, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So what does it feel to put the USA into the spotlight and to put USA into the powerhouse? I have 2 questions for you. So that's the first one.
It was shocking to me when I came into this system and I found out that a USA representative never won, and we only came close to first runner-up twice, which was awesome, amazing, but we never won. And I kept thinking, like, why is that? America, we've at least won everything once, at least something. So I was shocked by that, genuinely shocked. So having to be able to win this title and to make history in my country, I'm getting chills just talking about it. I've never done anything like that before. So to be a part of that honestly, that's so monumental. I don't even have the words. I don't even think the vocabulary exists for me to explain the feeling I have when I think about that. And even on one of the most tremendous years, their 20th anniversary. So made history in my country. It's part of the 20th celebratory year for Miss Earth. It was amazing and it was mesmerizing. And I wish I had the words to articulate that, but that feeling, it's just so indescribable.
And it's really definitely one for the books. And your reaction was like, when you were crying, I honestly, when you were crying, I'm like, oh my God. So my other question is, I'm also passionate about deforestation and wildlife conservation. And what will you do with the poaching and also, the hashtag free the wildlife? So what will you do about that?
The hashtag, what was that? You broke up a little.
Free wildlife.
Oh, free wildlife. Wildlife is so important for me, and just biodiversity is important for this world in general, because we have a life cycle and we have a balance that we have to meet at all times, because without that balance, we have havoc and destruction. And we've already seen what that destruction is with the time that we're facing now. So limiting deforestation, because there are so many factors that come from deforestation, because it even affects photosynthesis that really limits the amount of oxygen that we have in the air. So we need oxygen to live. Everything needs oxygen. So just even having that, and that's like breaking it down to the most fundamental parts of science, it's affecting everything. So I would love to be a voice for that and advocate, especially for wildlife and the protection of our endangered species, because we've already had so many endangered species that have become extinct, and we're continuing to go on that path. So we need to have more policies implemented and enacted in order to save our parks and our forests and create more historical landmarks, and to prevent poaching and start deterring and putting a little bit more policies in place to have that not even be a thing anymore and not have those trophies, those prizes. Because the real prize is being able to see nature in its natural, most beautiful state. And we're taking away from that. We're not being able to have, nature is now a luxury where it shouldn't be. Nature should just be something that we can walk outside our door and we can see. And that's not the case so much anymore. So I would love to be able to stand for that, even work with other organizations and be able to collaborate, even with the World Wildlife Fund, and as they do a lot of wildlife advocacy, just to collaborate with people, stand on the united front that I've been mentioning so much. And that is how we're gonna get a lot of work done.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lindsay. And congratulations again.
Next, we have Red in Madrid of One News.
Hi, Miss Lindsay. Hi, Mr. 2020. Yeah, you say that on top of being a title and the glamour attached to it, Miss Earth is actually a job and a commitment. So my question is, how do you plan to implement your projects and advocacies given all the restrictions and limitations brought by the COVID-19 pandemic?
That's the question. That is the question. So we're all still working around that. I can't wait to sit down with the team so we can kind of go over that. There is a way to kind of work around this pandemic and live and act responsibly, so you can limit transmission and limit really affecting one another, their health. So there are ways around it where you can act responsibly and still get work done. And we have seen what we can accomplish by working through our computers, and whenever people even telecommute or they see their doctors online, there's so much that we can accomplish now virtually, and we have such advanced technology where we can reach literally everyone worldwide. So in a way, this is a blessing because we have the ability to reach every part of this world while sitting in the same place. So I think we really need to take advantage of that and really learn the tips and tricks on how to reach your audience in that way, in a virtual way. And I feel like we can actually accomplish a lot whenever we really get a grasp on how to work things virtually. And I've learned a lot already through this competition on how to work virtually and how to really portray my passion. So I don't think it's going to be as hard, as difficult. So I'm just keeping an open mind, being optimistic about it.
Just a quick follow-up, Mr. 2020. So what will be your key environmental project for the year ahead?
That is a good question. So I mean, I don't know, again, we have to sit down and I have to talk with the team. So I don't know what really I'm going to be able, what I can address, because I honestly, there are so many issues that we are facing. I don't like to have just one issue, because there are so many that we need to do in order to really combat this crisis. And I do have my advocacy, the water crisis, which does pose the most immediate risk to humanity and regional stability. So that is why I chose that crisis, the water crisis, as my advocacy. But we also have biodiversity loss, we have pollution, we have global warming. We have a lot of contributors to the climate crisis. But whenever we focus on our waters, because we need that to survive, we need that to maintain an economy, and we need that to stop forced migration, which has been a tremendous issue with the deforestation and with significant droughts, famine, heat waves. So I would like to focus a lot of my advocacy on the water crisis, because without water, there would be no life.
All right, thank you so much. Next, we have Brooke Villanueva.
Hi, I'm Brooke Villanueva of Felstar Life. Congratulations to all the new queens. So my question is, what's the best advice you could ever give for those who are planning to join Miss Earth next year?
Hi.
Lindsay, did you catch her question? Brooke, can you repeat that, please?
Hello. What's the best advice you could ever give for those who are planning to join Miss Earth next year? This is for all the queens.
I would recommend being true to yourself, being authentically and unapologetically you, because I mean, it worked in my favor, and I thought that was a flaw in the beginning. So honestly, just being yourself, because you never know what the judges say are looking for. And I feel like you can see whenever somebody has a true passion for a cause. So it's not really about just winning. It's honestly about having that platform to make a difference. And people hear that with you. Whenever you speak with conviction and you speak eloquently and you know that you have that fire inside of you and you can translate that, a lot of people will support you and they'll stick by you and they'll understand, okay, this is genuine. She genuinely cares about this cause and she wants to make a difference. And that, I feel like, if you can stay true to yourself and stay true to the cause, stay true to your passion, I feel like you'll find great success.
Thank you. All right, we're down to our last two questions. Next, we have Emma and Feliciano of Miss Earth Crown.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much, Miss Kat. And my question right now is for Miss Venezuela. Hello, Stephanie. Hello.
I'm here.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. And thank you very much. We're excited to be with you soon on Miss Earth Ground. And my question for you right now is this. So for the virtual edition of Miss Earth, one unique thing that we were able to see is also the behind the scene work that goes with your participation on Miss Earth 2020. So my question right now, and we were able to prove that it really does, so to speak, it takes a village to make a queen, whether a big village or a small village. So my question is, how was your team, how much of a help was your team in your success as Miss Earth in your Miss Earth journey, and what do you want to tell them?
Que viste el tras bastidores, entonces ahora, ¿cómo te ayudó tu equipo? Todo lo que representa el equipo que está detrás de ti, ¿qué quieres decirles?
O el equipo venezolano. Esto es una pregunta demasiado importante, muchísimas gracias. Y creo que es el momento oportuno para agradecer a mi equipo, porque yo creo que en este momento, en esta edición online, todo ha sido diferente. El trabajo ha sido en casa, en equipo. Normalmente las candidatas suelen irse a concursar y el trabajo depende nada más de ellas.
Well, such an important question. Thank you. I think it's the perfect time to say thanks to all my team, because in this virtual event, everyone was doing this from home or from specific locations, but with the help of a great team. Normally, contestants fly to a location and it's all, basically it all depends on themselves.
Pero en este momento la responsabilidad era de todo el equipo, de la organización Miss Venezuela Tierra, los camarógrafos, el traductor, todas las personas que estuvieron conmigo, maquilladores. Yo creo que ayer mis primeras palabras para mi equipo fue: esta corona que acabo de recibir es de todos ustedes.
But now on this particular occasion, I think it was a great opportunity because it was the responsibility of an entire team, cameraman, translators, makeup artists. And I think that was my first words when I won my crown. It says, this is all for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. I'm sure even virtually you were able to be close with some of the candidates this year. Can I just ask one quick, who were you most close with virtually among the Miss Earth candidates?
Amiga, ¿no? Que fue virtual. ¿Con quién te compenetraste más?
Costa Rica, Kelly es mi gran amiga. Ayer me felicitó, lloramos juntas. Ella está muy feliz por mi éxito y yo estoy muy orgullosa de ella.
Costa Rica, Kelly. We're great friends and she congratulated me yesterday. We cried together. It was very exciting.
Thank you very much. So Costa Rica is also behind you and supporting you in your journey on Miss Earth. Thank you very much, Stephanie. Thank you very much. Back to you, Miss Kathy.
Thanks, Emma. Next, we have Tito Noli Berrioso of OPMB Worldwide.
Long time no hear, Kathy.
Hi.
Anyway, I want to hear from Lindsay.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Lindsay, since that all possible questions were asked already, I just want to know what is your initial plan to start your reign, and are you looking forward to come here, the headquarters of Miss Earth pageant, to finally wear and feel your crown? and such.
Absolutely. Like, I want to get on the next plane like right now and just get there. I'm so excited, honestly, just to even set foot like off the airplane, knowing that I'm there would mean the world to me. So I'm hoping that comes sooner rather than later. I would love it. But really, just what I really want to get started is I want to bring everyone together and have everyone on the same page and realize that this can be solved. Like, we have the technology, we have the solutions. We just need to put that into action. We need to come together, we need to use our voices. Because in most cases, for example, in America, we have our democracy where we are governed essentially by the masses. So our officials work for us. So when we have unity and we come together, that is whenever we start to see results, because our delegates and our state officials, they cater to our voices. So when we have that unity, we're going to have so much success, and we're going to be able to stand on such a front together, and we're going to enact real change, not just for the present moment, but for future generations, for the safety and the security of our planet and our ecosystems. So just bringing everyone together and taking advantage of this moment where it's such a moment where we have USA, Venezuela, Philippines, Denmark. We have advocates from all these different countries just working together so hard and so diligently. We just need to push that out more into our countries and have everyone just keep on standing side by side and utilize their voice.
Thank you very much, Lindsay.
No, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Before I move, thank you, Tito Nolly. Before I move on, may I just double check that everybody got a chance to ask their questions? Otherwise, chat, not? All right, okay. Because I'm the host and I get to ask whatever I want to ask, I want to bring the four ladies to the screen because I have some fun questions for you. Before I let you go, once again, congratulations. You know, we have this pageant in the midst of the pandemic, but of course, we still don't want to, we still want to use this opportunity to educate the people about the COVID-19 pandemic. So I'll start with Michaela.
Hi.
All right, if you were to create a new form of greeting for the rest of the world to do in place of hi or hello or a big hug or a shake hand, how would you do it?
A new form of greeting. Would it be like something you do actively or like a word?
Yes, actively, because remember, you're wearing a mask.
I think I would actually, in Denmark, what we do right now, I think what to do all over the world is that we greet with our elbows. So we say like hi to each other with our arms. Yeah. So I think that would be it, because I think, it's you need, like, we are very social beings and we need comfort and we need closeness and we need to be social. So I think some form of, even though it's still distancing, it still makes you feel connected to the other human being. And I think that's really the most important thing.
Thanks, Michaela. Now, Roxy, my question to you. Suggest to us a beautiful song that you can sing while washing your hands. Sing it, if you will. Roxy?
Sorry, I was in mute.
Go.
A beautiful song while washing my hands.
You know, they say sing it with happy birthday, to happy birthday, but
Yeah, I was
how about
thinking
you?
of happy
What's your
birthday.
jam?
Oh, maybe a Beyonce song or a Shakira song.
Go.
Because people tend to get like bored when washing their hands. That's why they rinse it off right away. But I think if they're jamming with a Shakira or Beyonce song, they would complete that the entire time, like a happy birthday, the range of the time that is needed to wash your hands. So I think I would choose that. And I know a lot of people would agree with me. Hey.
Thanks, Roxy. Now, to our Miss Venezuela. Imagine that you're wearing a mask. How will you show that you're smiling behind that mask? Show us with your eyes. Show us how to smile.
Así.
Wait, we can't see you yet. Where's Stephanie?
Creo que la mejor manera de demostrar una sonrisa, aunque tengamos puesto nuestro tapaboca, es con una hermosa mirada. Y a nosotras las mujeres venezolanas eso se nos da muy bien.
I think the best way to show our smile while wearing a face mask is with our eyes, and I think Venezuelan women are very good at that.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Muéstranos.
Good job, Stephanie. And I'll ask all three questions to our Miss Earth 2020. Lindsay, show us a new greeting.
Have to unmute. Okay. So this isn't a new greeting, but I would love to universally adopt like the East Asia bow. I just think that's such a respectful sign. And I mean, you're limiting contact to the extreme. You're not even touching one another. And it's honestly, I just think it's so respectful. I think it's so beautiful. And just incorporating that, having like a universal greeting in that way, I think that would be top notch.
Okay, Roxy said that she will jam to Beyonce or Shakira. How about Lindsay? Sing it.
Okay, I totally agree. And you would exceed the 20 seconds that you need to like wash your hands for. But to even think of a new song, I can't even, this is like, you get put on the pressure and you know all these songs and then all of a sudden like you can't even remember one song. What is one song? What's one fun song, guys, that we all know and we could like sing it? I think there's, oh wait, Because I'm Happy by Will Ferrell. I'm sure everybody knows that one. So that's a catchy song. So it's like, because I'm happy and like, oh, and I forgot the chorus part. What is the chorus?
If you
That's it.
All right, and last, show us how to smize.
Okay, now smize, I mean, I have to do that for work. So like, I feel like everyone can kind of tell if I'm smiling because when I sincerely smile, like my eyes just squint. So like, if I'm just like smiling to somebody, you instantly can tell like, I have like a smile on my face. So it's all just like about the squint. So like, you can tell like with your cheeks curled up, like, oh, she's smiling. So I think that's a good one. Just like squint and like raise your cheeks.
All right, Lindsay, before I really say goodbye to everyone, I say thank you. I'm really curious. When you were announced as Miss Earth, who were there with you in the room and who did you want to hug first?
Okay, so this is interesting. My makeup artist was, well, she was there, but whenever I was doing all this stuff, she left the room because I was so nervous of like a distraction happening. So I was by myself when that completely happened. And honestly, I do wish I did have somebody to celebrate in that moment to just kind of share that excitement with, but I was so caught off guard by it. I mean, I probably wouldn't have even noticed what was happening around me, let alone what was actually being told to me. So, I mean, I was alone initially, but then afterwards, I wanted to tell everyone. I wanted to be with my friends. Like, I wanted to just kind of, I mean, scream with everyone that this was possible. So even if it was a complete stranger, like I'm telling them like, oh my God, I just had like the best day of my life. So anyone that was around me, human, animal, I don't even know, I was so excited. I would just pick them up and like hug them. And like, this is just such a beginning of a new chapter. And I was so elated. I can't even articulate it.
All right, thank you so much to everyone. I'd like to end this press interview with our 4 elemental queens introducing themselves with their new titles. I'll call out your countries and introduce yourself with your name and your title, all right? Denmark.
Hi, I am Michaela Rubinstein, Miss Earthfire.
Philippines.
Mabuhay, I am Roxy Vance, your Miss Earth Water. What?
Venezuela.
Hello everyone, I am Stephanie Sake and I am Miss Earth. Thank you so much.
And from the United States of America,
I'm Lindsay Coffey, your proud Miss Earth 2020.
All right, everyone, thank you so much on behalf of Carousel Productions. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for joining us. Hope to catch you again in the next time, and keep on following Miss Earth for future updates. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good job.
Congratulations,
Good night, everyone.
ladies.
Congratulations,
Everyone.
guys.
Congratulations,
Take a
everyone.
picture. Do we
Yes,
take a picture?
adios. Bye.
Go
Picture.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
Bye. Good night.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you very much.
Congrats. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Steffi, Lindsay.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Carousel.
Lindsay.
Thank you so
Same.
much.
All elemental
Thank you, Miss
crew.
Earth.